Hey guys, welcome back to the Pure Goddess channel. My name is Gwenly. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope people's heart chakra is opening up more, because too much discipline, too much work, and no relaxing, laughing, playing, joking around. You know, just like letting loose a little bit, being comfortable. It's not good. So let's see. God has God brings changes into our life unexpectedly. Sometimes, most times, he knows our hearts. A lot of the times, it is a surprise, you know, because he knows that our hearts may not be as open. And you know, it's good to pray about things and always have discernment. The devil at this time, since it's the end of the year for this 3D world, the devil is going harder than usual. And bringing people into our lives to distract us or to take us down a wrong path, or a path that's not for us, to take us off our true path, right? Our soul path, our soul mission. And so we just have to be very discerning and pray about it. You know, get confirmation that a new person, or, you know, if someone from the past wants to come back, you know, having an open mind and look for that confirmation, right, from God, from angels, ancestors of the highest white light, from our spirit guides of the highest white light. And at this time, a lot of our abilities, our gifts are increasing, are elevating, are getting stronger and more potent. And And that's really awesome, right?
No, Mama.
Okay. Like I was saying.
I can't do so well. Please, so happy.
God sometimes, at this time, there is new people coming into our lives. Unknown, right? There's alignment, there's higher frequency alignment, or we're starting to meet people who resonate with us, who are on the same frequency as us, live different lives, right? Different circumstances, different locations in the world. But who have love for the Lord, who are in alignment, who are on their path, on their mission, and who are at a higher frequency. And that's really cool. That's so cool, and we've been waiting for this. You know, a lot of chosen ones either have a family and they find their spouse, their kingdom spouse. They're in a kingdom marriage. Some will be, right, blessed with a kingdom spouse. Okay. So, where was I? I'm just trying to focus again. My son was talking to me. Let me tell you guys how I grew up. A little bit of why I'm so, I guess, shy to actually speak about the discernment, my psychic abilities, my clairvoyance, me being a seer. I grew up in a, let's say, normal Catholic religious family. Very oppressed family, household. And so anything that had to do with religion is very, very dark. And it's all about being a follower. With the people at church and living life accordingly. Not in a spiritual sense. More of what people are going to think of us. Because how people are oppressed and how they live their lives, very closed-minded, very having obedience, but not in the right manner. still sinning, you know, being that leader. The Hispanic Catholic culture, religion, are very, very two-faced, very hypocritical. Do as I say, not as I do mentality. Culturally, like old school, very toxic. And God, Jesus Christ, they're nothing about that. You know, spirituality is about oneself within. Healing, creation, love, being the student and the leader. Religion is not that. So my whole life, I've always been like oppressed, put down. So it's, you know, sometimes it's very hard for me to be in my element. I'm learning. I was never safe in an environment where I can be myself ever in my life. And once you start healing your childhood trauma, wounds, you start realizing these things. Because time goes, we grow, like time doesn't stop for anyone. You know, when there's no time to heal or no love in your everyday life, you close down, you close up, you store a lot of not so good moments. You store them and it's like you totally forget about them. That's why a lot of people have their midlife crisis, or, you know, they're in their 40s, 50s. American people typically, I mean, could be any culture. But here in America, where I live, people get divorced. You know, people start acting out, start sinning like real bad. Because they follow the system, right? The conditioning, the molding of these lifestyles in America or other countries. You know, where it's supposed to be like this from this to this age, blah, 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 blah. And so they got awakenings and they realize, what the fuck am I doing with my life? You know, what am I doing with my life? I'm not happy. You know, God doesn't want us to close our hearts out. Close our hearts off to people or have this mindset, you know. It can be a protective mechanism. You know, it's good to reflect. Everything is good with balance, balancing out. Being in meditation, being your environment or your mind to be more peaceful, more quiet, more at peace. Not listening to low vibration music or limiting yourself to music that is not of that high vibration. When new people come into our lives, there's always going to be learning and gaining knowledge from the other person or people. And there's going to be triggers, there's going to be things that are uncomfortable or realizations. There's going to be questions in our head. You know, God knows us so well. He knows our heart. He knows our wishes, our desires, you know, He knows it all. And things come into our life when He knows we are ready. And we may feel that we're not, but we are. Right? There's some work that we have to do there. If we're feeling unsure or